Hello everyone, my name is Marlon Perez, and for today's presentation, I will be talking about vitamin B6. Introduction. Vitamin B6 is a water-soluble vitamin, meaning that this vitamin can easily dissolve in water, making it easier to be transported throughout the body. This vitamin can be found in many plant and animal foods, which I will discuss further on the presentation. Vitamin B6 function. A few ways vitamin B6 helps the body is by making antibodies, which are a type of protein produced by the body's immune system to detect harmful substances. Vitamin B6 also breaks down protein. The more food we consume, the more vitamin B6 we need. Vitamin B6 also helps form hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in red blood cells to the tissues. And lastly, vitamin B6 produces dopamine and serotonin, which are a type of hormone. Mechanism of action. Vitamin B6 is turned into pyridoxal 5-phosphate, which is a very important coenzyme of amino acid synthesis. Daily requirements. The dietary intake for vitamin B6 depends on the certain stage of life one is in. For infants up to 6 months, the daily intake is 0.1 milligram per day. Infants from 7 to 12 months, the daily intake is 0.3 milligram per day. For children ages 1 to 3 years, the daily intake is 0.5 milligram per day. From children ages 4 to 8 years, the daily intake is 0.5 milligram per day. And from children ages 9 to 13 years, the daily intake is 1.0 milligram per day. Now, for those in the more older stages in life, you might notice how the numbers change a bit. But this is because it depends on one's gender, male and female, which I will discuss later on. For male ages 14 to 50 years, the daily intake is 1.3 milligram per day. Males over 50 years, the daily intake is 1.7 milligram per day. Female ages 14 to 18 years, the daily intake is 1.2 milligram per day. Females ages 19 to 50 years, daily intake is 1.3 milligram per day. Females over 50 years, the daily intake is 1.5 milligram per day. And then, here's what I talked about the difference. During pregnancy and lactation, women need to take 2.0 milligrams per day. This is because during pregnancy, a woman's body goes through many changes, physically and internally. And so, as we know, during pregnancy, a lot of changes happen. So, the body works even more harder during pregnancy, which is why it's a higher intake for vitamin B6. Food sources. A few examples of food sources one can obtain from vitamin B6 include tuna and salmon, legumes, beef and pork, nuts, poultry, whole grains, chickpeas, fruits such as bananas, papayas, oranges, and cantaloupe. And lastly, dark leafy green vegetables. Deficiency. Vitamin B deficiency can be caused due to lack of other B complex vitamins, especially vitamin B12. Some signs of deficiency include skin conditions, anemia, depression, confusion, and low immunity. Toxicity. It's unlikely to reach toxic levels of vitamin B6 since the remaining amounts of vitamins is disposed or exited through the body through urine. But toxic levels can happen through supplements such as pills one might need to take in order to obtain vitamin B6 in another way besides food. Side effects of toxicity include numbness, nausea, and loss of coordination. Vitamin B6 meals. A few meals that include vitamin B6 include our chopped chicken salad, the calorie count being 1,023, carbs being 31 grams, and vitamin B6 3 milligrams. Right next to this information, you can see the picture of chopped chicken salad. Next, we have pan-seared chicken breast with vegetables. Calorie count being 719. Carbs being 37 grams. Vitamin B6 being 3 milligrams. Next, we have the picture as well. Next, we have roasted Greek vegetable with polenta. Calorie count being 984. Carbs being 132 grams, and vitamin B6 count being 3 milligrams. And as well right here, you guys can see a picture of the roasted Greek vegetable with polenta. Next, we have ginger basil chicken with rice. Calorie count being 821, carbs being 96 grams, and vitamin B6 count being 3 milligrams. And over here to the right, we can see a picture of the ginger basil chicken with rice recipe. And as we can see, the broccoli, the dark green broccoli, which as stated as before on the presentation, we know that dark green and leafy vegetables are a great source of vitamin B6. Next, we have sage and parsley chicken breast. Calories being 891, carbs being 4 grams, and vitamin B6 being 4 milligrams. And on the right, we can see the picture of the sage and parsley chicken breast. And also remembering that chicken is also a great source of vitamin B6. And as well, looking up top here at the pan-seared chicken breast with vegetables, we can also notice that it includes chicken, which is also a good source of vitamin B6. And in the background, we can notice the dark green leafy vegetables, which I'm not really sure what the vegetable is behind in the back, but we can tell that it is dark green leafy vegetables. As well as with the chopped chicken salad, you can see chicken, another great source, and also avocado, which is a green vegetable, which can also count. And then with the roasted Greek vegetable with polenta, we can also see it has a green vegetable, which I'm not really sure, but you can tell a bit in the picture, which is another great source. And lastly, this concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for your time. And I hope that this presentation helps whoever is watching know a few facts about vitamin B6, and I hope it helps them include this vitamin in their daily life, or if not, at least in their meals. And now we know the goods and bads of vitamin B6. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.